Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining this meeting. My name is Casey. I'm a part of the Apex Leadership Program. I have recorded this in case those who can't join get a little information on Apex. So I appreciate you if you're tuning in after the fact, and I appreciate you if you're tuning in during this moment. As I said, my name is Casey. I'm one of the area owners. Really proud and man, I found something so amazing with Apex. We've been doing it for 12 years, the team and I here in California, and I'm excited to share with you a little bit about how we do things and why we do things and how we're a bit different. But I wanted to start with the three main components of Apex. So we have a pep rally, we have the leadership lessons, and we have the main event. Now, there's different programs as far as our involvement while we're on campus, but for the most part, and the biggest part of what we do is the Apex leadership lessons themselves. That is the heartbeat, I like to say, of what we are. But the two pillars that we hold are leadership and making sure that your students and the leaders on campus are being developed, all of them, regardless of fundraising potential, fundraising ability, and then the fundraising itself. So we learned as a group that we are amazing at building leaders, building character, developing our future leaders. And then we found out that we could fundraise really well. So I like to call us, we are a leadership program that now knows how to fundraise really, really well. The cool part is where you guys are in our world. We just announced our new theme. This year's theme is called Becoming a Future Leader, where next year's theme is called Level Up Leadership. And so we have 6 different leadership lessons. I'll get to them in just a second. But there are a couple of things that happen even prior to the 2-week event. So Apex is 2 weeks, as I mentioned, pep rally, leadership days, and the fun run. But before that, we have what we call a pre-meeting. And this is really important for us. Just like any business, just like any program to run smoothly, we like to have a meeting with principal, PTA, and then eventually we have what we call a teacher huddle, which is a quick moment. We schedule that with the principal. Hopefully there's already a meeting that month where we can kind of come in and say, this is what we're teaching. This is how we're going to teach it. Here's the times that you can sign up for, yada, 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 and really set us up for success. We find that communication with admin and the teachers is by far the most important thing as we move forward onto their campus as guests to teach their kids about leadership and to fundraise. So those are kind of a couple of things that happened beforehand. The pep rally itself is, I've been doing this for almost 13 years, and the pep rally is still my most favorite part of the whole event, especially at new schools, brand new schools. But essentially, it is very similar to a high school pep rally. So imagine loud music. We play a game to start. We introduce our leadership lessons. We introduce our team. We introduce some of the awards that they can win on the fundraising side. And then we launch them with a big challenge on the way out. There's a few things that are really important. One is they leave that pep rally with what we call a VIP badge. And so around the neck, breakaway necklace, it has a QR code and it goes around their neck. And it's hopefully as they walk out of campus that day, mom and dad are like, what is this? And they get a chance to not only tell their mom and dad what's going on, but have them scan the QR code. That QR code takes them directly to their profile page, has their first name, last name. It has videos for the parents. It has an introduction to Apex. It has a share and it has a pledge, a leaderboard, all the things that make fundraising as far as the blocks of how we do this fundraising. That's one of the core pieces. 99.99% of fundraising dollars are going to go through the website. There might be a bit of cash and checks based on your population, but for the most part, it's all going to go through the website. So aside from the VIP badge, which is really, really important, the launch and the excitement is our #1 goal that day. We want the kids to understand why we're there, who we are, and what we're going to be teaching. So it's done in about as quick as probably 30 minutes. We hope for, and I know this is challenging at times with principals, is about 45 minutes to introduce the program. Once that usually happens on a Tuesday, we come back on Wednesday to Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of week 1. And then we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of week 2. And our fun run usually lands on a Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're teaching our leadership lessons. We go right into classrooms. And that teacher huddle day is when we schedule with the teachers when we are going to be coming into their classrooms. That's really important. We don't want to just pop in at an unexpected time, as most teachers are so organized within their day. So we schedule with them, we come in and we start teaching our leadership lessons. Now there's 2 different programs. One is more video based, where we send the teacher the video and they can watch it anytime. We still visit their classroom throughout the day. but the main content of our leadership is done through the video. The other is the live program. The live program is when we are actually teaching those leadership lessons with a team of athletes. Depending on the size of the school, it could be anywhere from 1 to 4 athletes with either of the programs. Even the video program, we can have a lot of, we might still need a number of employees to be there. So we're always on campus. We're always delivering the awards. We're always leading the program. I would say that's one of the biggest key differences is we are not interested in a program where we do the fun run and the pep rally for you, and then you guys have to do all the hard work. One of our key pillars, which I'm going to get to at the end of this video, is that you guys don't have to do the heavy lifting of the program. We do that. So it's important for us to make sure that we are serving the campus, and it allows us to develop relationships. It allows us to really impact the character on campus. And then we get to have a lot more fun when we're actually running the program and you guys aren't struggling to figure out all the details. So that is always our core. We do not offer a program that we're not there on campus all day, every day, which is another important part is we tend to, as much as we can, if there's a lot of classes on campus, we can't make it to all the recesses, but we try our best to schedule early so that we're attending recesses, building those relationships with kids. Oftentimes the leadership lessons are really powerful, but we get a chance to actually work them out in recess by caring about other people, by being thoughtful. You know, those things that happen on a day-to-day basis at recess is a good chance for us to be there to inspire them. So we have the pep rally. We come on Wednesday. We start with our leadership lessons. This year, as I was mentioning, is called Level Up. And I'm really excited about that, the new theme and where you guys are at. We just announced it. But it starts with our first lesson, which is starts with me. Obviously, that's a focus on our internal growth as kids and pushing them to be better. And then it goes to understanding others. So now we have the reverse where it's important to know us, but it's really important to know who we're dealing with and thinking about other people. We have a game plan where we roadmap how to have big ideas and actionable items. Our next two are rise above, which is overcoming obstacles and keep pushing forward, and then level up your leadership, which is kind of our folding everything into one, helping the students understand all the lessons they just learned and empowering others and shaping them the leaders that they can be. So those lessons happen over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of week 1, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of week 2, and then it launches us right into the main event, which is the fun run. We still love the fun run. It is by far probably 90% of our clients, our schools love fun runs here in California. They're amazing. They're outdoor. We have 2 big tunnels that go on either side of the tracks. Then there's cones, both orange and blue, a big 15-foot checkered flag, which is where the kids finish and where they start. On one side of the course is the water station. On the other side of the course is the DJ station. Now there's options in there, and we can talk about different things that we can add to make that better or more interesting, even for the older grades. Another option is our dance-a-thon, which is really cool. We call it a remix. And that is a dance where we lead the kids, usually in the NPR. We oftentimes use this as a rain day backup plan, or we can go ahead straight with this. I adore this program. It is a dance-a-thon, the same method as the fun run, where we run anywhere from 26 to 42 laps. So we do 26 to 42 movements, which are jumping jacks, dance moves, and we lead them through the whole process. It's about the same amount of time. The fun runs we usually last for an hour. We have about 10 minutes warming up, talking about rules. We get the kiddos going. We have a preset playlist that's timed with water breaks, walking laps, water breaks, and then we end it, and that's 30 minutes long. And then on the back half, we do a cool down. Usually the parents want to take photos. If you have a big parent group that's involved, they're going to be there, they're going to have fun. So we like to leave some space for that at the end of the race as well. So you can see 2-week program, pre-program, meetings and planning. Then we have the 3 big steps. And then the post-program meeting is when we go through all of our documents, where the money landed, all the things that were good, all the things that were bad. And we hope to serve you guys year after year. Okay, the 3 main parts, though, as to why 99.9% of our schools book with us is leadership. So we really make an impact on campus. And it is, like I said, it is the heartbeat of who we are. It is why we get amazing employees. It's why they want to work with us. It's why they want to be on campus, is to impact kids. The second, and it's our second pillar, is the fundraising. We learn how to fundraise really, really well. Most campuses where we come on campus and they're doing their own fun run on their own, we can double to even triple the amount gross raised because obviously we need to take a portion of the cost to help cover the side of the leadership, the t-shirts, the race day backpacks, all those things, the awards, all of that comes out of our portion. And that's how we pay for the leadership program. So it's really a win-win for you. You're not carrying the program. We're bringing leadership. And then the finances, you are usually, in fact, nearly 100% of the time, if you're running it on your own, we will make, even after our cut, you will make sometimes double and triple the amount. I know it's hard to believe at times, but I always tell campuses and PTAs and PTOs and foundations, you got to give us a try 1 year so that you can see how this moves and how it actually happens. But it's really cool. The third one and last one I already mentioned a couple minutes ago was that you guys aren't doing the work. What we see time after time for the last 12 years is that there's not more volunteers on campus. In fact, it's going the other direction where there's less less volunteers on campus, meaning that there's only a handful of the PTA or foundation that are able and willing to put together the time and the effort to make an incredible event. Even if a school has been running a program for 15, 20 years, what we often we'll come in and we'll use some of those amazing things that the school is used to. We'll bring them into the Apex fold. We'll run the program. We make more money. And then this is kind of a cool thing, but we're developing for the last number of years a better way of getting business donations and corporate matching. And if you guys, as a PTA or foundation, or even the school, if you go out and work for corporate sponsors, you can put the signs up and all that. That's actually 100% of the money goes to you. We're not going to touch any of that. So you now have the time to let us run the program, build character lessons, and then you guys can go work hard on business sponsors and corporate sponsors to hopefully raise another $5,000 to $10,000. On that part, it has been really, really amazing as we have worked with over 100 schools in just the NorCal area, which is San Jose, Sacramento, San Francisco. We've also done a lot of work down in Southern California and San Diego, and we work with over 100 schools down that way as well. So every year we're about 100 plus schools, 200 total as a team. And we're continuing to grow. So it is amazing. Really quickly on the finances, we have a sliding scale. And again, we have two different styles of programs. One is the video, and that video program comes with a ribbon that we mark the laps on. Our live program is when we're teaching live lessons. That one is actually a t-shirt, so that every student gets a t-shirt every run, not every day, but every student gets a t-shirt on the day of the run. And then with the video program, they get a ribbon, and that's how we mark the lap. Speaking of the t-shirt and the ribbon, it has 1 to 42 boxes, and every time they come around the Apex Raceway, you have to mark the numerical number and that associated with the number of laps that the kiddos just ran. The cool part is that one is not associated with any type of fundraising. Every student gets that one. In fact, we have 3 to 4 different things that we call all-inclusive awards. That's one of them, t-shirts. Another one is bracelets. So every day that we come in and teach the leadership lessons in the classrooms, we hand the teachers a different colored bracelet. And on that bracelet, it will say, level up your leadership, rise above, game plan, understanding others. So it has the leadership lesson. Every student gets that no matter what. So at the end of the program, they have a wrist full of leadership silicone bracelets as the award. So that's the second one. The third one is we have what we call a classroom poster board. And this is our best way when individuals are getting some prizes. We also have collectively as a class, we're going up as a class getting awards. These awards are the really cute ones, the really fun ones you're used to. Backwards close day, sit at choose your seat day, homework passes. Really, it's grade level. Obviously, a homework pass wouldn't work on the kindergarten, first grade level. So we ask the teachers to fill in these prize poster boards, or we help them fill in the prize poster boards that make the most sense. And then we're earning awards that way. The one award that is individual based on fundraising is some of the dollar amounts that are going to come in. We have different levels. So we have a 1, a 2, a 5, an 8, a $10 per lap awards based on what the kids are fundraising. But really important for us, we have 3 to every 1. So we have 3 all-inclusive awards to every 1 award. There's actually another one that's more school-wide award. So we have a challenge every single day. And that challenge could be the classroom that has the most log-in percentage, they're going to have a basketball game with Apex. So there's actually 4-1. And again, that's really, really important for us. It's a big deal that everybody feels they're involved, whether they are able to fundraise or not, because we identify and know that not everybody can fundraise in that way. Hopefully that makes sense. The last part of what I wanted to dive into was the actual leadership lessons. As I was saying, this is the heartbeat. This is what we're good at. This is what we pay attention to. So it's about 8 minutes long, and it's really hand gestures and a lot of storytelling. They're quick, but they're powerful. Each leadership lesson has their own chant, which is usually hands and a voice actionable item that they have to repeat back to us. So it's really fun. The teachers by far appreciate this more than any part of our program. Obviously, the fundraising is important. Usually it comes back to them in some way. But us being on campus, building these leaders with it's usually about 8 to 10. That first lesson is more like a 10-minute lesson. But these leadership lessons every day, building character, challenging them, remembering these lessons, and we build off of them. As I was mentioning, the lessons themselves, they kind of build off each other, with that last one being the one that encompasses all of them. And the last cool part about the lessons is we give out 2 challenges, a leadership challenge and a fundraising challenge. So we're challenging the students to make sure that they're understanding their other students at recess or at home. And so usually you're going to hear some buzz around campus, which is really, really important for us. That is it. I'm not going to take up too much time. I'm going to stop the recording. And if you're tuning in after the fact, I hope this is helpful for you. And then we'll answer any questions when we're not recording. Thank you guys. Appreciate you joining.